Hello there. Let's take a look at what to expect with the weather in Europe. Still plenty to talk about and still most of it heat related, but there is a change on its way. Now, there's plenty of hot sunshine across much of the Mediterranean, but this area of low pressure is going to move out of the UK up into Scandinavia, and it's going to bring notably cooler weather here and wetter weather as well. Some of that may just infringe on northern Germany, and we could see a few sharp thundery downpours across the Alps, but it's business as usual through much of the Mediterranean. The extreme heat sitting across Turkey and Greece. Lots of dry weather through much of Italy, the south of France, and also across Spain and Portugal too. Few scattered sharp showers into France, some showers into northern Germany, and as I've already mentioned, there's that wetter weather across Scandinavia. So that frontal system is going to push its way steadily eastwards. It'll bring some rain into Poland and across perhaps into Austria as well. We've still got that warmth through much of the Mediterranean. So let's take a look at some of the city forecasts, see what to expect as we move through the week ahead. Dry, settled, sunny, as you can see, and increasingly warmer across London as we head towards next weekend. Further east, yes, we've got the threat of some thundery downpours into Vienna, but it's still really about the heat further south and east. Hello there. Let's take a look at the forecast then for North America. Plenty to talk about at the moment. If we start off with a satellite picture, it's this mass of cloud is an area of low pressure that's bringing the threat of some tornadic activity, some heavy rain, strong winds, huge hail potentially as well as it continues to drift its way steadily east. Now, ahead of that, we've got some warmth, and that's as far north as New York. Behind it, we've got some sharp showers across the Rockies, and then we've got the heat building across the west coast. So let's take a look at that in just a little more detail. Along that west coast, it's fine, settled and sunny at the moment across much of British Columbia. 75 degrees in Vancouver, 94 into Eugene. That heat is going to stay for a few days as well. Some sharp showers across the Rockies, and some of those really quite heavy and could bring a lot of rain in a very short space of time. Here's our city forecast over the next couple of days. That heat continues into Seattle and to Vancouver. Now, that wet weather is going to gradually push its way across it into eastern Canada, but look at the temperatures still in the high 90s perhaps for Washington DC on Sunday afternoon. A few sharp showers moving out of Georgia down into the Carolinas and Florida, and it looks likely that that heat is going to stay as we go into the early part of the week. Hello there. The weather themes across South America are fairly similar to the last couple of days. We've still got some stormy weather affecting parts of Chile, and you can see on the satellite picture the frontal system that's responsible for that. And that's the dividing line between some winter warmth to the north of that, quite unusual temperatures at the moment across parts of Uruguay, Paraguay and southern portions of Brazil. But to the north of that, we've still got our usual showers across parts of Venezuela and Colombia, some really heavy ones at times. We've got a good deal of fine, dry weather generally across much of Brazil and Paraguay. And as I say, those temperatures are quite unusual really for this time of year. A few sharp showers perhaps into northern Argentina, but more significant wet weather, including some snow to higher ground across much of Chile. And it looks likely that that rain will start to ease in Chile from Wednesday onwards. Buenos Aires keeps some showers. We've still got that warmth in Rio de Janeiro. Sharp showers across southern Mexico into Central America over the next few days. The heaviest in Central America down through Costa Rica and Panama. A few showers as well continuing to be a feature across much of the Caribbean. Let's take a look at what to expect in terms of the city forecast for the next few days. Plenty of sharp showers expected into Havana, Cuba. Hello there. A forecast for the Middle East coming up in just a moment, where there could be the potential for some rain around, so stay with us. Across Africa at the moment, you can see where our shower cloud is, close to the equatorial region, stretching from the Ethiopian highlands, and then these easterly waves move out to West Africa. That's where we've got the heaviest of the rainfall at the moment, although it's easing away. Still got extreme heat across the far northwest and down to the south. We've seen a weather front moving through, and there's more sunshine and warmth returning here. So that's that's the story across much of Africa. Let's take a look at what to expect on the city forecast then as we go through the week. Dry and sunny with the risk of some showers returning to South Africa potentially by the end of the week. It looks likely that the conditions in Dakar will dry up as well. And finally, we start to lose some of that heat that we've seen across parts of northwest Africa too. Now, for the Middle East, it's hot, it's dry, it's sunny to the north, but there is a risk potentially of some rain moving its way across from Pakistan over towards United Arab Emirates potentially, and also some sharp showers through the Yemen. So we need to keep an eye on that over the next couple of days. There could be some really quite intense showers if that develops. So you can see on our city forecast the threat of showers through Dubai on Tuesday and also Wednesday. Hello there. Monsoon rains in full swing at the moment across South Asia. Let's take a look at the satellite picture. You can see where the rain-bearing cloud tends to sit. The emphasis of the heaviest rain so far this weekend has certainly been across Pakistan and northwest India, with slightly brighter, sunnier skies at times further south. That's going to be the story through Sunday and into Monday. The wettest of weather is gradually shifting its way further north. So on Monday we should see some drier, sunnier skies once again across southern India. A few scattered showers continuing over Sri Lanka. More on that in just a moment. Let's move to Central Asia. It's still about sunshine and heat at the moment. Still those temperatures, as you can see in Uzbekistan, into the mid 40s, 43 degrees for Tashkent. So some heavy rain continues through Pakistan, northern India as well. Don't forget the brighter yellows and greens denoting the intensity of that rainfall. There will be a few lighter showers across the Maldives, also into Sri Lanka, and some heavier rain across northeastern states. So at the moment, most of the rain is just shifting a little bit further north, and you can see that in our city forecast. Islamabad's going to see a lot of heavy rain through the course of this week. The showers continue into Colombo. Now it looks likely that further north of that heat will slowly start to ease in Uzbekistan, going from 43 down to 34. Hello there. A forecast for Australia and New Zealand coming up shortly, but first of all, let's take a look at the satellite picture across much of Asia. It's picking up some shower cloud in particular across parts of Malaysia, but further north we are likely to see some showers breaking out over the next few days, particularly in northern China. To the south of China we've got that heat building again, a large swathe of heat where temperatures potentially could return back into the high 30s. But plenty of showers across parts of Japan, Korean Peninsula and northern China. Heaviest of the rain through Myanmar, perhaps into Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia as well, seeing some pretty intense showers as we go through the afternoon. So here's the city forecast. You can see temperatures in Hong Kong peaking at around 37, 38 degrees on Monday, and then slowly, but only slowly, starting to ebb away. Now across to Australia, we've got a lot of wet weather just moving its way out of Victoria, gradually towards Tasmania. Largely fine and quiet behind, weather front bringing a few showers into Perth. But for New Zealand, it's a different story. It's wet and increasingly windy, and weather warnings remain in force here, particularly for the North Island, but that is then going to gradually drift its way steadily southwards. So it's an unsettled week ahead, slowly improving as we head into the weekend.